Hi, I'm Laura and I work here at Cats Protection in Hazelmere. Our charity are working hard to keep us safe so that we can take the best care of our cats. I'm here with Holly. She's 10 years old and as you can see she's super friendly, so we're making sure that she gets all the cuddles she needs. Today I'm going to read for you this book. It's called The Hedgehog Feast and it's by Edith Holden. It was one of my favourites when I was little, so much so that I've kept it all these years. I think Holly's going to like it and I hope you enjoy it too. In the corner of a large orchard lived Hugh and Hilda Hedgehog with their 3 children, Holly, Henry and Hazel. Their house was tucked away in the undergrowth and lined with dry leaves to keep it warm. One evening, when Holly, Henry and Hazel were fast asleep in their bed, Hugh and Hilda sat by the fire. The evenings were drawing in and the leaves were beginning to fall. The next day they were giving a grand hibernation party and all the arrangements had to be made. There were invitations to write and deliver and of course they had to decide what food they were going to have. Everyone was very excited and early next morning Hugh went out to collect some apples. On his way he tried to catch a snail for his breakfast. The apples had fallen off the trees and gleamed red and shiny in the green grass. Now how am I going to get these home, said Hugh to himself. They were too big for him to carry in his arms. He sat down to think. Then he had a good idea. If I roll myself up into a ball, I can stick the apples on my spines. And that's what he did, and he looked very funny as he set off home. Reuben Rat, out for a walk, was very startled to see some shining red apples bobbing down the path, but he couldn't see Hugh underneath them. Hugh was a little frightened that Reuben might attack him, but he kept walking on, determined to get the apples home for the party. From the other side of the path, William Weasel was craftily watching and waiting. All at once, Reuben and William leapt towards the bobbing apples. They bounced into each other and rolled around in the dust. Hugh ran away as fast as he could, the apples rumbling after him. He left William Weasel and Reuben Rat scuffling furiously together. Holly, Henry and Hazel had been looking out for their father and when they saw him come running, they went out to help him bring the rolling apples into the kitchen. Hilda was very pleased and she said she would make a lovely spicy apple pie. Mouse the maid who was helping squeaked, "It would be so nice to have some cider too," so everyone agreed she should go and find some. Hilda made some pastry and peeled and chopped up all the apples, singing happily to herself, but Holly, Henry and Hazel were beginning to get bored. Their mother wouldn't let them play with the pastry or eat the apples because she needed them. "Why don't you go and see if you can find something else to eat," she said. The little hedgehogs jumped up and ran off towards the big farmhouse on the other side of the orchard. They were very puffed when they got there. Then wondering what was inside, they decided to climb through a little open window. They had to help each other up, which was very uncomfortable. "Ow," said Holly as she stepped on Henry's back. "You're prickling me. Oh, ouch." The best way was to climb very quickly, but Holly went just a bit too fast. Splash! She landed in a bowl of cream standing on the windowsill. The others laughed and laughed until she managed to clamber out. They had to lick the cream off her spines. It was delicious. They looked around the little room, but there was nothing else to eat, so they climbed out of the window and set off back home. They hadn't gone far before they came across a hoard of hazelnuts in the hollow of a tree. Hazel said, "Let's take some of these home for the party." Suddenly Henry looked up and gasped. It was Sandy Squirrel staring crossly down at them. "What do you think you're doing?" he said sternly. "That's my winter hoard of nuts." The little hedgehogs were so startled that they scampered off before Sandy could say anything else. He was an old family friend and hadn't meant to frighten them. He decided to take some of his special hoard to the party. Hedgehog house was buzzing with excitement. Soon the guests started to arrive. Sandy Squirrel and Mouse the maid's sister were first, followed by all the other animals who lived nearby. The rabbit family, the shrew family, lizard, frog and beetle. And what a feast it was, with so many delicious things to eat. Crispy salad, stuffed snails, gooseberry fool, damson cheese, bramble jelly, nuts, blackberries and lots of cider to drink. But best of all was Hilda's lovely apple pie. Henry, Holly and Hazel were the first to go to bed. Everyone went on eating until they could eat no more, and they all began to feel very, very sleepy indeed. And soon they were all ready for their long winter's sleep. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to bringing you another story soon. So me and Holly would just like to say bye for now.